There's Loretta.
Hi, Loretta.
Hello.
Loretta.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Loretta.
Loretta.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Okay,
How's it
so
going?
we're live. So we're gonna see.
Okay.
Y'all can keep talking until somebody come on, and then I'm just trying to give people enough time to come on,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
we'll go ahead and get started here.
Okay.
Loretta, we thank you for coming on too.
You're
Good to
welcome.
see you. No ice cream cone?
Not yet.
Oh.
Not yet.
Okay, we have 10 people on. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. In the comments, please let me know where you're tuning into so I can kind of shout you out. So welcome. If you don't mind, just go ahead and just put in the comments where you are tuning in. And if you're watching it on a replay, make for sure that you tell me as well. Hello, L. Campbell. How you doing? It says, hey, Thressa, I'm here and bringing others. I appreciate you. Hey, Naja. Hello, KT Dallas. We're from Dallas, Texas. Dallas, Texas in the house. I'm at PW. John, welcome. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I want to start out introducing myself to you, just in case if you're new to the live stream. My name is Thressa Sweat, and on this channel, I bring to you nothing but non-phone work at home job leads. So if you are looking for a job that you're not on the phone, then you're in the right place. Make for sure you consider subscribing to my channel and turn on all notifications. Why? So when I go live just like this, you'll be notified. And also when I upload new videos, you will not miss out on these great opportunities. People are getting hired, and I would love for you to be the next one to get hired. So this is like a part 2. We did part 1, so I'm bringing back Debra Swisher. She's a certified professional coder, and she's also a medical billing and coding instructor with so much experience. So if you have questions about medical billing and coding, she is your go-to person. So I'm gonna have her to take out time to introduce herself, as we also have her students. We don't want to miss that. We have our students that actually went through the course, and they're going to give you the inside scoop of what it's actually like taking courses from Debra Swisher. So I'm going to let Debra Swisher take our time and introduce herself along with her students.
Okay. Thank you, Thressa. And thank you for inviting me, and thank you for having us come back. And this is our part 2 of the phenomenal part 1 that we've done already. And I am so grateful to you all, and I'm so, especially to my students. Oh, you all are just wonderful, and I really, really appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, you two, just for being here and for being, here to talk and tell us more about whatever it is you want. I'm Debra Swisher, and I'm just for everybody that's tuned in, and I'm the medical coding and billing instructor. I have been teaching for over 30 years, and I teach all entities of medicine, all types of medicine, any subject matter, and have taught every person from physicians, nurses, healthcare professionals, healthcare workers, or lay people that have no knowledge about this subject whatsoever. It is my pleasure, it's my passion, and I enjoy it. And then for today, we have joining with us today some of my students. And I'm just so proud to have them here. We have Romaine Reddy McCrae. She is a present student in one of the daytime classes. We have Loretta LaCour. She's a student in one of the evening classes. And we have Dan Rowland in an evening class, as well as Shawneen Young. Welcome, you all. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here with us today. I certainly do appreciate it. So we are so glad to have you. And you students can introduce yourselves or say anything that you need to say or would love to say about our classes. We have ongoing classes right now. And so we are just having you come forth so that you can add to or explain or answer some of the questions from some of the peers or others that may want to present on this evening. We'll start with you, Romaine.
Well, I learned, yes, my dear. Thank you for having me, first of all. And I'm elated to be here. And I learned of your course through Tressa's the first part of the series.
Yes.
I was elated, and I contacted you, and you're such an approachable and sweet, sweet human being. I mean,
So much.
I'm blessed to be in your class, and
I'm
you're
blessed to have you.
phenomenal. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You're phenomenal. You're meticulous. Oh, I'll run out of adjectives. But, and then if you're in the day class and for some reason you want to go into the night class as well,
Yes,
you're
yes,
free to
yes.
do so. There's so much flexibility, and it's an unconventional way that you teach. And much praises to you. And I just started in October, but I'm looking forward to the rest of the course. And I'm sorry it's only 5 months because I want you forever.
Oh, you got me forever. You can come back. I have students that I have taught Romaine, oh my God, over 30 years ago, and they still call me. They still
Yes.
use the phone number and we still talk. And if
Yes.
there's anything that I can do to help them when they are in the process of looking for a job, or they run across some strange problem on the job, or they have some type of question, they call me or they email me and I answer and get back with them as soon as I can.
Yes. And that is what I so love about you. You're personable. As I said, the adjectives, I have to go to the dictionary.
Thank you so much. I
You're
see
welcome.
Rushali, another one of the students in the. Hello, Rushali. How are you? It's
Hello,
so.
Mrs. Fisher. I'm so sorry. I'm late. I had some Wi-Fi issues, and so I'm like 5 minutes late.
Oh, my darling, honey, better
Okay.
late than never. It's so
Yes.
Glad to have you.
Right.
glad to have you here. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I'm doing so well, and I wanted to come here, especially in spite of all the issues, because this is how I would pay my gratitude towards Mrs. Swisher,
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
You have
because
been wonderful.
she's one excellent teacher I have met after many years of college now. Like,
Oh,
a teacher
thank
which she, like, I mean, um it like, she's very passionate about what she's doing, and you
Mhm.
could feel that when she's giving you the instructions. It's not just reading slides or going through the projectors. It's like she's just there, and she expects us, like, everyone to, be attentive and pay attention, because I understand that it's like her blood, sweat, everything into it. And so whenever, like, Loretta knows that, because we are colleagues, like, in the same class. And so whenever we, like, there are days when life happens and you are just not there, and she'll be like really angry at you. She'll show you that, her stiff, like, her, like, she wants to show that how tough she is, but like, that with you. But then that's how she encourages you, like,
Yeah.
that, you, this is like, you got to respect each other's time,
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's
So I
true.
love her, we love her.
Well,
And
I've got to
I
tell you something. You all have got to know something about Rushali. And I have a little bit of a bias in my heart for Rushali because we happen to have the same birthday.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Oh, small world.
Now, listen, my years are more senior than hers. The month and the day of the month. Yeah. She's not as old. I'm 62, and I have no problem saying I'm 62. But she's
You
not.
look great for 62.
Yes,
Oh,
you
thank
do.
you so much. Thank you.
Yes.
I'd like for us to hear from Shawnee. Thank you,
Mhm.
Rushali. Thank you so much. Shawnee.
thank you, thank you, Mrs.
Well,
Fisher, for this opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I
Yes.
also heard about Miss Deb on your first live, Tressa, and
Oh,
I was so elated. And it's so funny because you guys are on Central Time. I'm on Eastern. And my
okay.
daughter was like, "You're an hour early, Mom." And so, like, go back to
Okay.
You are now.
I was like, I missed it. I was just stressing out. And she's like, "No, you didn't." And so when it finally came on, I was like seeing my questions being answered. And just like she was attentive in doing that, she's the same way in class. She's just a wonderful woman. She's like a godsend to all of us.
Oh,
And
my
the
God.
class is exceptional. Dan can attest to that. We have a great time. We're learning, but we're also like just having a good time while we're learning. It's just phenomenal. It really is.
Thank you so much, Charlene.
You're
Thank you
very
so
welcome.
much. Loretta, do you have anything that you'd like to add or say to us? We're happy to see you, Loretta.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we saw.
Okay, because I don't know what happened to the camera, but I can second to everything. Miss Swisher is phenomenal. Not just an instructor, but your friend. And if you have a problem, she's there for you. She always tell us, if you need me, you can call me, you can text me. She's more than just an instructor.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I mean, if
That's
you
true.
have problems, she's always asking. If you have a problem, ask questions. Just don't sit there.
Mhm.
Ask questions. She's there for you 100%. She gives it her all. She makes you feel comfortable, even though you're in a Zoom classroom. It's just good to be in her class. I enjoyed so much, and she's always welcoming you back to another class. I enjoyed so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I enjoy having you. Certainly do. Last but not least, Dan the man, let's hear from you.
Hello, everybody. Hopefully, I'm not frozen. If I am, I apologize.
You're not
Can you
frozen.
hear me okay?
You're not frozen, Dan.
Oh,
You're
right.
good.
All right. Awesome. Well, welcome, everybody. It's great to have you all to this live stream. I myself also heard about Debra Swisher's medical billing and coding course through Thressa Sweat's previous stream. And even though I wasn't present at the stream when it was live, I was interested in learning about it. And, something told me, this is the person I want to learn how to do this particular type of line of work. And, there's a lot of places out there that charge you like an arm and a leg to either go online or go into a classroom to learn the material. Whereas this woman right here, she's just very down to earth. It's very non-conventional. She's just very personable, relatable. And again, as Shawneen, Romaine, Loretta, Rashali, they all said, we have a great time in the course. It's very, very easy, very educational. And she's just very caring.
Yes.
And just if you ever have any questions, you can always reach out to her, email, call her, ask her on the stream when you're attending the courses as well. So, yeah.
Oh my God!
So that pretty much sums it
I
up.
feel all warm and fuzzy.
Thank you for this opportunity.
This is really good. But I have to, as you all have said, and I do have a passion for this. I do love it, and I do love my students that come on, and I am so grateful. I'm so appreciative. First to Thressa for providing the forum, and then secondly to you all for attending, listening, and coming on board and being a part of what I have to offer you. I have said it to every class numerous times, and I will say it again to the point of ad nauseum. I am a nothing without you. You make me. And
we are blessed to have you.
Yes,
we are blessed to have you.
Oh,
we love you too, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Debra Swisher, this is it's some question. This is what L. Campbell said about you.
Oh, what? You look great. Thank you.
Oh.
She looks like Anita Baker.
Thank you. Oh,
Anita Baker, I can see that.
Baker. Let's
Okay. And it's okay. It's okay. She says I'm also Eastern time, and I've been back and forth to the channel because I said that she didn't want to miss it. So I'm glad you're here.
Marvelous, Naja. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you're here. And thank you, Empress Yaya. Yes, this is, and you're beautiful, Empress. Yes, you are.
I
Thank
love
you.
that name.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, this is the
Appreciate it.
bomb. Thank you
Appreciate it.
so much.
Yes, Thressa is the
Yeah.
bomb.
Here's
My
the
daughter's
question.
considering the coding program. 20 years ago, facilities would not hire remote coders. That is true. You had to start by working at a hospital or a facility. That has all changed now. And especially since the COVID pandemic has happened, believe me, they don't want you in the office. They're trying to figure out ways to get people out of the office. So now it is, there are some jobs that they do want you to come into the facility and they do want you to work there. But by and large now, as a matter of fact, I received an email yesterday where there was a lady that was asking me from the Addison group. She said that she had 5 coding positions available, all remote. And when I
Wow.
refer someone to her that had finished the class. So I do get those types of offers. We get that, and I don't know when they're coming. Sometimes they come, every other week. Sometimes I don't see that offer until once every 6 months. It just depends on when they need them, and when they need them, I try to respond because I want my students to be able to be successful in their work endeavors and to get a job that will complement their education they've had. So yes, but I'd love to have your daughter come to the coding program, Christina. And yes, now there are many, many opportunities for remote coders. Thank you so much for that comment.
Okay,
I
I think that's
appreciate
the same. Yeah, that's
it.
the same.
Okay. Or do companies hire grads to immediately work from home? They do hire grads to immediately work there, but it's not a whole lot. I've not found a lot, especially in the state of Texas, but I don't know. There may be in some other state or some other facility, there may be more. But no, it's like any other job. Once you have finished the education, you do get or you run into that part where they're like, well, do you have the experience? And I will not lie to you to tell you just to get you to come on board with us and say, oh, yeah, they're going to hire you right away. Nope, that depends on you. I'm going to give you the best that I can give you, and I'm going to give you the education and the best that I can deliver. And then after that, it's up to you to decide how well you're going to work with the tools you've been given, as well as your personality, your tenacity, your ability to go and get that. And I'll do whatever I can to help you. If that means you need a reference letter, you need someone will call, which they call me all the time about students, past students and all this. I'm always getting phone calls about, can you give me a reference or can you tell me something about this student? And so, yes, I'll do whatever I can to help you, but there are some jobs for immediate hire, not all of them. Okay. Thank you, Christina. Shalonda Harris, you took ICD 9 back in 2014, but would like to take ICD 10. Is there a big, oh, there's a huge difference, Shalonda. ICD 9 books were about, and if you took ICD 9, you saw them. Here's an ICD 10 book. Look at that. You see how big it is. You see how thick. You see how ICD 10 is much larger than the ICD 9 book. The ICD 9 books were small and they were like maybe this size to there. And just, a little bit. So no, it's much more in depth. It's much more specific, many, many more codes. And the codes provide a much clearer, better explanation than we had in ICD 9. So yes, it is, and they would require that now since October of 2015, when they made the transition, anything that you have taken and you have not had exposure to ICD-10, you would have to have that in order to work on any of the jobs that they have now, because this is what they are requiring that you have. So I'd love for you to come join us, Shalonda. Thank you. Thank you for that question. Shawnee. Oh,
that's my baby.
Keep it up. Oh, Maria. Oh, Maria, you are beautiful. It's so good to see you. Oh, wow. Okay. Honey, your mom's doing a real fantastic job. And I love her spirit.
Yeah.
I love
We love Miss Deb. Yeah.
we love we have a great time in all of our classes, and I'm grateful to God for that, because that's not always the way it will be. Sometimes you don't always get that, but this time, and most of the time in my life, I can say truly, over the 30 years, it has been for the most part phenomenal.
That's
So
good.
I'm grateful. I'm so grateful, and I'm so thankful. And again, grateful to each and every one of you and those that are listening, that have been a part of my classes, those that are considering it, and of course, those that are on here with us right now. Fantastic. All right. Just getting here. So, how do I get started? You just send me an email at the email address you see, Debra_Swisher at sbcglobal.net, or you can phone me at 832-289-6277. But if you send me an email, I'll have your email address, and then I'm able to send to you all the documentation you need in order to get you started. So I would be happy. Is it Daryl or Darylee? I don't know, but I hope I'm not mispronouncing and chopping your name up too much. I'd love to have you. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Contact me and we'll get that information out to you so that you can know. The only class that we have available for this go round is going to be the class that's going to start in January on the 10th. And on January the 10th, this class will go until May the 31st. And this class will be only on Monday and Tuesday in the evenings. Monday, Tuesday evenings from 6 to 9 p.m. on the Central Standard Time. However, that computes to your time, right, Shawnee? How long does it take to complete the course? My course is only 5 months long. You will go 2 days a week, and you will spend 3 hours each day for a total of 6 hours during the week. It's about 20 to 21 weeks worth of the class. And after 5 months worth, you are done and you are prepared to sit for the medical billing and coding exam, which is the largest entity that offers it. They offer it from a lot of places, a lot of aspects, but AAPC is your largest entity that offers it, and you would be sitting for the CPC, and the CPC is the Certified Professional Coders exam. So yes, that's what you would be doing, Lavada. How long does it take to finish? It takes 5 months. 5 months from the time that you're there. The 5 months is all the time that you're going to spend. You can come back and do some more if you'd like, and I'd love to have you. Oh, Suhey. Oh, Suhey, yes, indeed. How are you, Suhey? Yes, you have already registered. You've already gotten there, and I'm excited to have you. Thank you so much.
You won't regret it.
Wow.
Let me see.
not.
Still have her book. I
You
still have her.
will not.
Oh, Shalonda, you still have the books. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Oh, Lord, I'd love to have you join us. Come on, Shalonda. You just come on.
Okay. These questions. Okay, here's another.
Okay, tuning in. How do I get the class info? Quandra, yes, how are you? And I'm glad that you're here. Please send me an email to Debra_Swisher. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen at sbcglobal.net. And I will be able to send you all of the information you need, as well as the registration form to get you registered and get you up and running and get you started for the January class. Registration for that class starts actually on Monday, but I've had a couple people that have already started to register. So whenever you decide you want to do that, then you let me know, and I'll do that up until I get 20, maybe 25, and then after that, I can't take any more. I want to keep enough where I can see everybody on the screen, and we don't want to get to where it's so small in the thumbnail that I can't see you, because a lot of what I deliver depends on how I see you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. How much is it costs $1,000. The class costs $1,000, and you can pay that $1,000 in one total payment. If you have to pay it in 2 or more payments, you add $50 for your processing fee, but you can pay it in up to 3 payments, and as little as $350 gets you registered for the course. You can fill out the registration form. When you email me, I'll send you that form, and you can send $350. You pay that 3 times. And you pay that once every 30 days until you satisfied your tuition fee. And that's all that there is. It's only $1,000. I realize that a lot of places charge a whole lot more. How can we repeat how long the class? Oh, yes, the class, Marion, the class is for 5 months. You're in the class for 5 months, and that's it. Just 5 months.
Okay, let me see this.
All right, Miss Fabulosity.
That's Tasha.
I love
Tasha.
Hi, Tasha. Oh, good. Miss Fabulosity. Yes, indeed, you are, Tasha. I love it. What did you say? That's Tasha. Hi, Tasha. You're awesome as well. Thank you so much, Tasha. Oh, yes. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Christina, we are near Houston. We will call you to discuss because our fear is that you'll have an issue due to the fact that we do not have any vaccinations and we need to determine if she can get a religious waiver. What? You don't need anything in this class because we're doing it all virtual.
Yes.
We're all virtual. We're all via Zoom. So you don't have to worry about actually sitting in an open classroom. And if you're a person that does not, have your vaccination or you don't want to do it, it doesn't matter in this class because you are in the privacy of your own home or wherever you choose to come to us through via Zoom. So it's okay with us. Okay. Thank you, Christina.
Okay.
I think Ruth Shiley had to leave.
Oh, Rushali left us. No, she left. She's right
No,
here.
yes, she was here.
Loretta. Loretta's there. Yeah, Loretta's thing kept, I thought it was giving her problems. And the course, John, is only $1,000. Oh, there's Loretta. Yeah, $1,000. Love to hear from some of your students regarding their experiences in finding a job after taking your course. Yes. Was it easy or difficult? I tried to get a couple of those people. One person was actually working on his job. And so I was not able to get that person. And he actually lives in Florida. He was actually working on his job. And another person was on vacation. And they said, oh, I'd be glad to send it in or whatever. But they were on vacation. So I was not able to get them. But I do maintain a list of those students of mine that have passed the exam and they've gone on, and those that have jobs. And some of my students have jobs and they have not been certified yet, but they have been hired because of their knowledge to work and working toward their certification in the future, but not for right now. Okay. But it is not always easy. Yes. The class will be end on May 31. The class will begin on Monday, January the 10th. And you'll go every Monday and Tuesday until May 31st, which is on a Tuesday, I believe, of 2022.
Okay, and she just said where she's from is Dallas, Texas.
Okay, Christina, Dallas, Texas, where my son lives. Yeah, close enough. Okay, Charlie had to leave us.
Oh, that's my baby.
Oh, that's your baby too, Charlie. Other daughter. I love this. Finally accomplishing this, and with such a great instructor.
Yeah.
Thank you, God.
That's my tear. That's my snicker.
Oh, she's beautiful. Your girls are just gorgeous.
Thank you.
Wow, but look at Mom. So what? We're not, we're not surprised.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, I'm so glad that Charlotte did come, and we were glad to see. Oh, hi, Snookums. Yes, hello, Snookums.
That's
love that name. Which pays better, inpatient coding or outpatient coding? Can you give us an idea what the starting salary is? Yes, the starting salary for a coder is usually $50,000 or more. You have no experience or no, it's roughly around that. And that's for the entire country, for the entire United States of America. Now, inpatient coding tends to pay you more than outpatient coding. What I teach is outpatient coding. The flip side of that is, and hear me well, you won't have many jobs available to you for inpatient coding. 10% of the jobs out here in this world are for inpatient coding. 90% of the jobs out here are for outpatient coding. And most inpatient coders, those jobs do not come to you out of school. Usually you are grandfathered or moved into them, or you have to have something like an RHIT or an RHIA, or it's another like a 2-year kind of a college thing for most hospital inpatient type jobs. And the reason you don't have as many inpatient jobs is because we have moved out of the inpatient arena. If you notice, most places are trying to avoid having inpatients if at all possible, especially now with the COVID thing. But the inpatient jobs have decreased dramatically. There are many more jobs and many more opportunities out in outpatient coding. So what I teach is how to do and how to get the provider paid. We're not trying to get the facility paid as much as I'm teaching you how to recognize a problem, get the provider the reimbursement and the proper reimbursement at the optimal level, and also, let me add, at the legal optimal level.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, that's how it goes. Shalonda, I feel like I wasted my money taking ICD-9 courses, a little over $1,000. Oh, honey, well, you know, a lot of people feel like that. But you know what? You can always, you've learned something. So you didn't waste your money in that. There was something that you were able to retain. We can add to that and build upon whatever it is you have. So don't regret it. And there's nothing in the world you can do with spilled milk. You
You
can't.
just needed the right instructor, and Miss Deb is the one.
Oh,
There you go. There you
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Absolutely right.
we have a great time. We have fun.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So once this live stream is over with, it's gonna be downloaded to YouTube, so you can see it as much as you can, and then it also be shared on Facebook, my Facebook page and Facebook group. So you can, I mean, I consider this evergreen because you can go back 5 years from now and you can still
right.
see this. So you don't worry about it. It's once this live stream is over with, it's gonna automatically be uploaded to YouTube and the Facebook page and group. Let's see, we have another question here.
Yes. How much do you get paid for coders? It's normally around $50,000 a year. $50,000 a year, give or take a little more. And that depends on who you're working for, where you're working, because with this type of education, you're able to work in hospitals, although they're outpatient settings. Like, for instance, I worked in Houston, Texas, and there's the big system called Memorial Hermann Healthcare System. And I worked for Memorial Hermann Lifeline. Lifeline, although I worked in the hospital, and my desk and my job and my station was in the hospital, Lifeline offered an outpatient service. So I did outpatient coding in an inpatient setting. And so there are many jobs you can have in the hospital and the outpatient settings and doctor's offices, insurance companies, governmental agencies need medical coders. There are many things that you can do with this. And you don't just have to be, sentenced in one place or one type.
Right.
But it is $50,000 at an average. That's an average pay. What other questions? Let's see. A facility would be more likely to hire a newbie remotely if they started doing billing first and then moved to coding. Oh, yes. If they see that you have any type of experience in billing or coding or anything like that, then yes, they are much more apt to give you a try and give you a chance, as opposed to when they see that there's, no prior experience. But again, no prior experience. I have some people that have tenacity, they have smarts, and they've been able to make things happen. And so that doesn't mean that that person will not be able to make this happen for them as well. You just have to be good at what you're going to do and how you present in order to make sure that you're there, whether you have had experience in this field or not. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't miss it because she's going to play it again, so we can do it again. You didn't miss it.
Hey, how you doing, Queen Mo Butter? It'll be. I will post it on YouTube and Facebook once this is over with, so you can watch it as many times as you want to. Let's see here. Okay, what's
The class time, it's from 6 p.m. until 9 p.m. on Mondays and Tuesdays, Central Standard Time. So actually, I say 6 to 9, and that's what we write on our papers. I give you until 6:15. We usually don't start until 6:15. That gives you time to get off whatever job, to get home, to get settled. And most class times, we are not there past 8:45 at night. I do not believe in start right at the minute and hold you to the last minute. I don't like that. And then there's a break we take in the middle. And sometimes we take a break all during the class. It just depends on okay, Marion.
We have so much fun.
okay.
We do have fun. We have a, how much is the class? The class costs $1,000. Yes, and you can pay that in up to 3 increments. Okay, Jessica. Oh Lord, Jessica. Good to
Yeah,
Nice.
he is.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It says Jessica S, but I guess I'll have to go on and say that. It's Jessica Swisher.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
yes. Thank you so much, Jessica. She's my niece.
Aw.
Aw.
She's such a sweetie. Thank you so much, Jessica. And I'm so glad that you've tuned in, Jessica. Thank you so much. And I'm waiting for you to tell me about the test result, because I know you'll be telling me real soon. All right. Excellent. Very smart. Excellent. What is considered inpatient and outpatient? Inpatient coding is when you have been assigned to a job and you're performing a job on the inside of a hospital, in a place where people are hospitalized. Outpatient coding is doctor's office, emergency center, observation areas, ambulatory surgical centers, which translates to mean day surgery, when you walk in and you have some type of surgical procedure and you leave, that day. There are probably 10 different outpatient facilities to every one hospital facility. So that's what inpatient and outpatient is. So those are the differences. Okay, what else do we have? Yes, I help people get jobs. Just like I said, when they had offered, when they called and sent me an email yesterday and said we have 5 positions that are available, I don't ignore that. I contact those people that I know that I have had in my class, those people that have graduated, and those people that I know that are certified. So this is why I ask you, once you become certified, I have no way of knowing that unless you contact me and let me know. And once you let me know, I add your list. I add your name to my list of certified students. And you're one of those ones. If you want me to contact you and say, let me know when you have a position available or someone's calling, then I definitely do that. I don't promise job placement, and I don't say that to anyone. I'm never going to tell you that part of this course is I will provide you with job placement. I do not do that. But I do help whenever and however I can, John.
Mhm.
All right.
It's a lot of jobs available right now. I mean, just scrolling through. Whether if it's entry level, medical billing claims or something like that, it's a whole bunch of jobs are available. So, the sky's the limit. Just go
That's
ahead and apply.
Yes.
That is the truth. They are there. All right. What is the website? I don't have a website. The only website that I have is for Tavion. It's for an online self-paced class called Trinity Trained Travelers Online Coders Depot. I need to update that site. So I'm not encouraging nor am I advocating that you go to that. The last time I updated it was in the latter part of 2018. What we are advocating now is for the Zoom virtual classes. So website I don't have, you will have to email me for that. And then once you email me, I'll be happy to provide you with the information and tell you how you can come on board. Okay, Tavion, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, let's see. Another session after May 31. Yes, we'll have a session that will start after March. So we'll have another one that will start probably in April. I'm guessing, and I'm so far out. I'm guessing right now. I don't know, but I'm guessing April would be about the time, mid-April, that we'd have another class that will start, and that will probably be a morning and an evening class. But for right now, that's a guess. Okay.
Okay.
Are you all familiar with home health? Oh, yes, I have home health coding or Oasis coding. Yes. Or you haven't tapped into that side of coding. No, the coding that we're doing in this class, Kiara, will allow you to do home health coding. What I'm teaching you is far above and far advanced in more than home health coding. So that means once you leave me, you are definitely equipped to handle home health coding. Home health coding is usually a lot easier and usually is much needed for people that, because a lot of people will go out and they will start home health care businesses, but they do not know how to bill properly to the government. So oftentimes it causes them to be in a very dire situation within a few months. So, yes, definitely the type of coding that I teach, you will definitely have been taught how to do home health care coding, Oasis coding as well. I know ICD 910 refers to the diagnosis, but what the CPT Hicks picks coding for the procedures if you happen to work for a doctor. Okay, yes. Oh, yes. This class, I teach you ICD 10. I teach Hicks picks coding. I teach CPT. But most of all, before we get to any of that, you have to, it's a must do that you learn medical terminology and anatomy and physiology. You have to know what they're talking about, what the subject matter is covering, and how your body works, as well as how it is anatomically connected. So those are the things that you have to learn first. But CPT gets the doctor paid. CPT is the book you use in order to get the physician paid. And this is a copy of that. This is what you use to make sure that the physician is being paid. Whoever provides the service, this pays the provider of service. And that's what that one does. ICD 10 is the book that covers the diagnoses, any type of problem, all problems that we have that we're going to be confronted with as humans, any type of service that you're seeking, any type of vaccinations that you have to have. You're going to find a code for that in ICD 10. And then when we're talking covering any else, other things like supplies, materials, and things that we've done, you're going to use a Hicks Picks book to do that. And that's the book that covers that. They also have codes here for physicians and providers of service for things that you do not find in CPT. This book will cover those things that are like ancillary procedures and things of that sort. But yes, and definitely you have to learn ICD 10, Hicks Picks coding, and CPT coding. Yes, definitely a part of the course. Yes, you can pay in 3 payments. You certainly can. Queen More Better, you surely can. You can pay in 3 payments, and you're so welcome. I appreciate you asking about the information. And your 3 payments are $350 each. As little as $350 gets you registered. Lavada Clark, what are the actual tests done after the class? The tests are administered by the American Academy of Professional Coders, which is AAPC. AAPC will administer the test. You can take that test either at home now that they have the COVID pandemic thing going on. You can do it at home or you can go to this facility once you locate one that is wonderful for you and you can take it there. Now, here's the difference between the two tests. If you take the test at home, you have only one shot at it. And if you do not pass that, unfortunately, if you don't, you have to pay that whole, I think it's $399 again and retake that test. If you take the test at an off-site facility and you do not pass, you are allowed one more time to take that test again within 12 months. So you decide if you want the comfort of your home and you feel that that's going to be good. The test is a 5-hour test, 5 hours and 40 minutes. I understand that when you're taking it at home, they split it by 2 days. When you're taking it at the facility, you actually spend 5 hours. You are allotted up to 5 hours and 40 minutes. You don't have to take that whole time. But when I took my test in 2003, I took the entire 5 hours and 40 minutes. And I would advise that you do the same. It's like you take the time that they've given you. Those people that get up and run out fast, oftentimes they say, "Oh, I aced this. I did in 3 hours or whatever." They usually you'll see them as returns. For an exam, and I can tell you, yes, at the end of this, Christina, you do get a certificate. At the end of my class, I will issue you a certificate of completion. That certificate of completion will allow you to go to AAPC and present to them. They recognize my classes because I have been teaching for a long time, and I've also taught for AAPC. So that certificate will allow you to go to them and say, I have now proof that I have had at least a minimum of 80 hours worth of instruction in medical coding and billing. They require that you have at least 80 hours. My class is 120 hours. So you go and you take them and you present that, or if you're with someone that asks for a letter, you contact me. I'll provide you with a letter or anything that says that. And once you give them, then that gives you permission to sit for the exam. You cannot sit for the exam unless you have one or two things already. You have to have proof of education, or you have to have a supervisor or a boss that can verify that you have at least 2 years of on-the-job coding experience. If you have either one of those things, then you can sit for the exam, but otherwise you cannot. Okay, Christina, does the course fee include all the books? Oh, no. No, including the coding books. How much is the exam to get certified? The course, the $1,000 is what you're just paying. That's just your tuition straight. There's no books included. There is a lady that I'll give you the name and the number. You can contact her and you will get up to a 30% discount if you say that I am in Debra Swisher's class. They'll give you a discount for that particular class, for those books, up to 30%. And the exam is going to cost you about $399 is last I heard, I believe. And somebody in the student population, correct me if that's wrong, because I remember last time somebody told me that, I was really in shock. And I thought, what? The exam, it was like, way back in the old dinosaur days, it was like $75. And you also need to know that you cannot take the exam without having paid to become a member. You have to have membership with AAPC. So the membership costs about $170. The exam costs about $399. You're looking at over $500. So no, it does not include any of that other stuff. Okay, Christina. Who can help me get this $1,000?
Go send me.
Come on with the minimum amount, and then we'll worry about the rest of it.
That's right. Do the payment plan.
A little bit, yes. Don't start with the whole thing. Some people can't start with the whole thing, so start with what you can, the smallest end of it, and we'll work from there.
Do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do is right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Often classes are about at least 2 per year. Sometimes more, sometimes less. It just depends on what's going on. Last year was definitely less because we had a COVID shutdown. So about twice a year. Last registration estimate date for the April classes. Oh, sweetie, I don't know. I barely thought through, Lavana. I have barely gone through the last date for the January classes. This one-man band hasn't conquered that end of it yet. So I can't tell you when the April classes last date for registration is going to be, because I don't know that. I don't even know the date that we're going to start the April classes. And once I get that date determined, and that will depend on the classes that we have going on now. Anything can happen weather-wise, heaven forbid, illnesses, death, things of that sort. Those kinds of things can delay a class. And if those things delay the class, then our whole time to finish, unfortunately, would have to be delayed. So we can't, at this point, we certainly cannot guesstimate when the registration dates are going to be for April of 2022. I'm sorry. Don't know, Lavana.
Awesome. Yeah.
Thank you, Kiara. Thank you so much. Oh, they do have good questions, don't they? They have good questions. They're working me. Right?
Definitely.
About how long is the entire
They're
process?
picking your brain there, Deborah.
They're picking my brain.
I know.
They are dead, aren't they? The whole process is about to take my class is about 5 months. In order to take the exam, when you go to prepare for taking the exam, if you go immediately after class, your preparation time is going to take you probably 4 to 8 weeks, depending on how much time you put in it and how much you've got to get going and how well your setup is. So you're looking at probably 6 months or right about there, time, about that much.
Okay.
Okay, Riley, is medical billing and coding needed in the reset? Nikia, what is the reset? I'm not familiar. I don't understand that question. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's right here.
You're going to take 10 hours? All right. 10 hours it is. Okay, Queen. 10 hours. And I really want to, go fund you. I love it. Good. Oh, we're getting some good ones, aren't we?
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I love it.
Do we have any more other questions? If you still on the live, it's like some more people on live. Do you have any other questions that you would like to ask? This is your time to do so while we're live, and Debra Swisher is here. So if you have any questions, ask right now.
If you have any questions you want to ask my students. I'm sorry, Thressa. They have any questions you want to put forth to the students, then they're here and they're ready to respond to you as well.
Yeah. So if you have any questions for the students, ask them. This is your opportunity. They're taking the course right now.
Yep.
Yep. Take it. It's wonderful.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for
Don't be
tonight. We
shy.
don't have anybody else, huh? What were you saying, Dan? I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I was like, don't be bashful if you have any don't be bashful if you have any questions.
Well, we know in our classes we are anything but bashful, aren't we?
That's right.
That's very true. Very true.
Queen Mo. Oops. Okay, what did she say?
Thank you, Naja. She said she's grateful that she didn't miss this. I will get into one of your classes by any means necessary. Oh, I love
Yes,
it.
Right?
Yes. You wouldn't regret it. You wouldn't
Amen.
regret it.
With you, Naja. Thank you.
You
I'll be
will
looking
not.
forward to it.
Yeah.
All right. No more questions. So run.
Okay. Now we do have another question that just popped up.
Okay, Nick Blues. Are most coding jobs in an office from home, or do you have a choice? Nowadays, you do sometimes have a choice, but it's leaning toward more coding jobs, especially since last year. Most of the coding jobs that I'm hearing about now are remote jobs. They are jobs where you are coding from home.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. So that's what's happening. That was not the way it was initially, but more and more it's totally moving to stay at your house, keep your germs to yourself.
Yes. I have friends who are coding from home.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Yes.
If we don't have any more questions, I would like to thank I call you family, my Facebook family and YouTube family for just taking out of your time on this beautiful Friday to join Debra Swisher and her students. Now, if you're watching this on the replay and you have any questions, make for sure that you comment, and then Debra Swisher, she will answer their questions. But if you don't have any questions, again, thank you so much for tuning in. And the replay will be uploaded to Facebook, the Facebook page, Facebook group, and the YouTube channel once it's over with. Nikki, she says, thanks for answering. So here, I'm just making for sure, sis.
Lavada Clark.
Okay, did we answer this question?
Do you have to
No.
pass the exam in order to get into an entry-level position after the classes? Are some companies willing to train? Yes, some companies are willing to train. And so some companies will hire you without you having passed the exam. But they will, almost all of them will say to you that we're going to give you a certain allotment of time in order for you to become certified. So do you have to pass in order to get into an entry-level position after the classes? Not necessarily so.
Okay,
Yeah.
exactly. I really appreciate it. Smash that like button. That really helps my YouTube channel. So make sure and comment because it helps engagement and push my channel out there to a wider audience. So I really appreciate it. So yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
And I'd like to say thank you so much to you, Thressa. Thank you, Campbell. Yes, and to Romaine, Loretta,
my pleasure.
Jane, and Shawneen.
You're welcome, Miss Dear.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. My
Pleasure.
pleasure. You are very welcome. Thank you,
Oh,
Deb.
All Debra Swisher's students, I really appreciate y'all take your time out. I really appreciate it. Debra Swisher, we discussed this in October, actually. I believe it was October, where
right.
I was asking her, I was like, do you want to go live again and bring your students? And she said, yeah, we're going to set the date for December 10th. And here it is. I really appreciate every one of y'all. Really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. So if we don't have anything else, nobody else, thank you so much for your time, and you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you for having us, everyone.
Bye. Have a wonderful
We love
weekend. Be
you.
safe.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Have fun.
All the best.
Back to girls. Yeah.